Well, it's Friday, and quite honestly, it's late Friday. I think I've been wrestling with this whole keeping hope alive for tomorrow we can't control. Again, a book by Lou Smedes that we've been giving highlights of. I think I've been wrestling because of this week's chapter as I read it and reread it. And quite simply, Lou puts it this way: hope and worry are sibling rivals. Hope and worry are sibling rivals. Worry is forever trying to take the wind out of hope's sails. And hope is forever resetting the sails to whatever wind there is. Sometimes hope gets the better of worry. Sometimes worry pins hope to the mat. We are stuck with both of our fighting siblings. That's a hard one for me. And that's why I think I've been wrestling so much with it. But I understand exactly what he's saying. That sometimes, again, worry gets the best of hope. And how do you deal with that? I want you to think about it just for a moment. I mean, sometimes when people can't cope with the tension between worry and hope, they get relief from worry by giving up hope. I know it sounds like a tongue twister, but think about it. We give up hoping because if we don't hope, then we don't have to worry about anything. And that's sad. And I see it a lot in our world and sometimes in myself. He gave a very historical example. There was a study once made of how American pilots coped with their fear of dying during World War II. And many of them conquered fear by giving up on hope. Many airmen just stopped giving a hoot. They stopped believing that survival was possible. The odds against it were too bad. They stopped fantasizing about what life would be like when the war was over. So they also stopped wishing for a day of victory. Thus, hope wilted into indifference. Whatever will be, they figured. Today, what do we say? It'll be what it'll be. Simply put, they stopped hoping. Because for the moment that they began to hope, for the moment that they began to think about life when they got home, the moment they began to think about that girlfriend, that wife, those kids, they began to worry. It's not the only way to escape the tension between these two siblings. There's another way, and that's fatalistic. Well, we're all going to die someday anyhow. Well, you're born, you pay taxes, and you die. Fatalism doesn't work either. Again, we need to live in that tension between these siblings, hope and worry. And this is a challenge. Some of us try to use faith as a wedge into the worry-free life. But faith doesn't put worry to sleep. Hope again, is the child of faith. And worry is the child of doubt. Here's the tongue twister, but doubt is the twin sister of faith. So here we are with these siblings fighting all over the place, whether it be hope and worry or doubt and faith. Wow, it's a challenge. Worry tags along with doubt. As long as we live by faith, there is hope. So as long as we have something to hope for, we will have something to worry about. I know. Tough. We talked about last week, hope being that engine of beginning, believing that you can write that book, believing that you can paint that painting, believing that you can be healed from that illness. But along the way comes worry. And how do we balance it? At the end of this chapter, Lou writes this, and I quote him exactly. We hope for good things that we cannot be sure of getting. Not being sure, we tend to worry. But we should not worry too much about worry. It comes with being spirits who can imagine the future, but again, we can't control it. The trick is, and I want you to hear this, the trick is to develop a strong enough faith to keep worry in its place, and then use worry to make us wise and careful in our hoping, in our imagining, in our wishing. Remember where we started? If we ever come to the point where we never worry, we have reached either the happy point where we don't need to hope, or the bitter point where we cannot hope. So there's this sibling rivalry. We all wrestle with it. Hope and worry, faith and doubt. But the key is, don't eliminate them. Don't think you're worse or you're bad because you can't get rid of them. Understand the relationship and focus on hope. And continue to understand that God has a plan. And we can dream dreams. We can believe in that future. And we will stumble along the way. But we can always pick ourselves up and hope for tomorrow. I hope you have an awesome weekend. I hope you are blessed and experience the presence of God. I hope maybe we need to wrestle a little bit, but let hope win. Take care. God bless.